Shadow Raids are here. And if you're lucky, you can even get Shiny Shadow Mewtwo for the first time. I'm Alex Gum, aka Cheeklay, and welcome to Pokemon Go Ahead. Pokemon Go just announced a brand new event coming on May 22nd to the 28th featuring Team Go Rocket as they are going to be taking over raids. They are called Shadow Raids, and there's going to be some raid bosses that are shadows. There's some new features and some other things to know about for Shadow Raids. But before we talk about all of that, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more great content and hit the notification bell. First thing to note that Shadow Mewtwo will be returning to Pokemon Go in the new Shadow Raids, and also for the first time ever, if you're lucky, you can even get a Shiny Shadow Mewtwo. But Shadow Mewtwo will only appear in 5-star raids from Saturday, May 27th at 10 a.m. through Sunday, May 28th at 8 p.m. local time. So it's only out for next weekend, so it's not going to be out throughout the period of the event. The following Pokemon will be the first to appear in Shadow Raids. Gyms not under Team Go Rocket control may still host other raids though. So from Monday, May 22nd through the 28th, a majority of gyms will host Shadow Raids starting at 10 a.m. all the way through Saturday, May 27th. Team Go Rocket will spike, taking over all the raids. These raid bosses are going to be from the 22nd through the 27th instead of the 28th. The raid bosses include Shadow Poliwag, Shadow Machop, Shadow Bellsprout, and Shadow Beldum. 3 out of 4 of those can be shiny. Bellsprout's Shadow cannot be shiny. In 3-star Shadow Raids, we have Shadow Bayleaf, Shadow Coolava, and Shadow Croconaw, as well as Shadow Sneasel. Shadow Sneasel is the only one that can be shiny. And then we just have regular raids. We have 1-star raid bosses, which are Clefairy, Tentacool, Marill, Skrelp, and Popplio. 3-star raids, we got Magneton, Lapras, Mawile, and Empoleon. And I already have Shiny Mawile and Shiny Lapras, so we really don't need to do 3-star raids either. And then with 5-star raids, we do have Regigigas that will be coming after Tapu Fini on May 24th. And then we have Mega Altaria, same time, will be replacing Mega Pinsir. Since I already have Mega Energy for both Megas, and since I already got a few Shiny Regigigas about a couple years ago, we don't need to do those 5-star raids either. And that just reminds me, I know we're going to talk about it in a bit, but we can't use remote raids for Shadow Raids. We'll talk more about that later, but that's a big letdown. We also have some wild encounters. We have Ekans, Golbat, Koffing, Houndour, Poochyena, Stunky, and Skorupi, and if you're lucky, you can find his Soothing Quillfish and Scraggy. We have some event bonuses. We have more Pokestops and more balloons coming that are being taken over by Team Go Rocket. And we also have field research that could most likely give you mysterious components and Stardust rewards. And this is for defeating Team Go Rocket grunts. So if you're trying to get those Rocket Radars or Super Rocket Radars, there you go. Now there's another blog post that talks details about how Shadow Raids work. And like we said earlier, this is the one I'm going to highlight the most. Shadow Raids cannot be raided remotely, unfortunately. You have to be there in person to do Shadow Raids, especially for the Shadow Mewtwo raids that are happening next weekend. It's unfortunate. They're still nerfing it. We thought maybe this could be something different with the Shadow Raids, but unfortunately, it's the same tune. Team Go Rocket's Machinations? I've never heard that word before. Team Go Rocket's thing have led them to their latest and greatest plan, taking over gyms with their Shadow Pokemon. In Shadow Raids, trainers can take on powerful Shadow Raid bosses and have the chance to catch new Pokemon partners if they can successfully defeat Shadow Raids. They're making it sound like it's harder than Tier 5 raids already. Trainers can gather their friends for a better chance at victory in Shadow Raids, while Team Go Rocket will take over a number of gyms. Those they left untouched may still host other raids. Trainers cannot join Shadow Raids using remote raid passes, and Shadow Raids do not reward a team bonus for Premier Balls. Oh wow, I didn't know about that other part. So usually in raids you have Premier Balls, but this time you guys have to use possibly just Pokeballs or Ultra Balls. That's crazy, dude. We can't use Premier Balls at all. But I mean, it's easier to use Ultra Balls. So there you go. At gyms hosting Shadow Raids, you'll find that Team Go Rocket has placed especially powerful Shadow Pokemon as raid bosses. 3-star and 5-star Shadow raid bosses will grow in rage as you battle them, boosting their attack and defense. Continue to hold your ground and weaken the Shadow Raid bosses to subdue them. You can subdue Shadow Raid bosses using Purified Gems, a new item that can be assembled for these new items called Shadow Shards. Shadow Shards are mysterious gem pieces that may be dropped by Team Go Rocket. Gather enough shards to use Professor Willow's newly invented Shard Refiner, and you'll be rewarded with a Purified Gem. There are multiple ways Purified Gems can assist your battle against enraged Shadow Raid bosses. When you use a Purified Gem during a Shadow Raid, the enraged Shadow Raid boss's attack and defense will be lowered temporarily. This can give you an opening that you need. So we have an item that pretty much takes advantage of it for a very short period of time during a raid boss, considering of how powerful they are. So just keep an eye out if you're planning on doing those tier 3 at least, because tier 1 I think you can just easily solo, right? And I think that'll be easier to shiny hunt too, because there's some new Shadow Shinies that are not there yet. So anyway, you and your fellow trainers can use more than one Purified Gem during a Shadow Raid. If used at the same time, their effects will stack. And if enough Purified Gems are used, the enraged Shadow boss will be subdued, return to its non-stage state, and we give you a chance to catch it. As exciting as it is that we are getting Shadow Raids, it is so disappointing that we are not getting a remote raid access to these new raids. They are forcing it to be more in person than regular raids, and the fact that they are also having Mewtwo exclusively for one weekend instead of the entire event, that would have been a lot better if Mewtwo was out on the 22nd alongside with the other ones, because that would have been great to get people out there. But since they're making it unremotable and very limited for next weekend only, I mean, there's a lot of people, including myself, that have plans next weekend, and I don't think we're going to be able to have an attempt for the Shadow Shiny Mewtwo. But, I mean, it is what it is, but if you guys like this feature for Shadow Raids, let me know in the comments below, and hopefully we can make a vlog if we have some time to do some of the raids. And also, we do have a special research that we gotta do in order to get a Master Ball, and hopefully we can use it on the Galarian bird. That's what we're gonna do in the future, sometime next week on this channel. So, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.